Guys, today we're working on this beautiful 599, and what we're doing here is we are doing calibration on the pretty much the gears. We're going to do a self-learn. There's a problem with the F1 actuator in this vehicle, and we're getting ready to get that repaired. The vehicle will actually sometimes pop into neutral, and sometimes it will skip third and fourth. There's our indicator right now. We're in neutral. So let's do that calibration. So here's our AC to DC converter. We got it hooked up. Want to make sure that's all connected so we're constantly getting a good voltage. Okay, before I do activation, this is our fault engagement with wrong selection. We get random faults. This is one of the codes. This code will actually appear for a lot of different reasons. Low pressure, sensors are messed up, there's something going on with the wiring, NCR has an issue. So it's not specifically that, you know, when you have this code it's your actuator fault. So just gotta get it properly diagnosed with a Ferrari technician, somebody that's familiar with the system. Alright, so we're getting ready to do a self-learn. It's getting ready to do its thing here, go through all the gears. As you can see, 1 and 2, then it goes to 3 and 4. So it's checking selection and engagement. It's setting up the shift points. When this calibration is complete, we're going to turn it off and just reset, let the system reset itself. There we go, we're in 6th gear, 5 and 6. Alright. So it's asking us that learning is complete. Adjustment ended with positive results. Okay, we're going to hit confirm. Now we're going to turn off our ignition. There we go. We got everything connected here. We're waiting on a reset. Let's see, as soon as it resets, let's see what happens here. So what's going to happen is we will do a calibration again after we come back from a test drive. Once we reset the gears and we reset all the parameters, the shift points, the car will actually go for a test drive and it'll actually recalibrate itself if there's a problem into the bad data. So let me show you that. So this is what we have to do. We calculate all the different thresholds, minimum and maximums, and selections, and you can see our numbers have changed. So these are parameter recordings when the calibration occurs. If you look at minimum engagement threshold neutral 552 to 470, well, you can see there's a big change. Now the numbers that are written out in pen, that's previous. Those were the numbers before the issue happened. So I had these data numbers pre-recorded a long time ago, so I always do that on a lot of cars. That way I know if there's any issues, I can then see and go back. You can see that there's some significantly changed numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a second grid, and that's our grids. So these are our shift grids. That's the one that we have before the issue started. Even though it's incorrect, you can see the spacings are wrong and the centering is not proper. And let's see here. There it is right there. Slightly different, as you can see. So we're going to run our 3rd and 4th grid. Alright guys, so here we go. Our gear grid data. This is going to be for the test drive. They go all the way down. There's a lot of learning curve when calculating this grid and determining what's going on. So, you know, if this is something you want to fix and you think you're having issues with, we can interpret all your data and determine what's going on with it. You know, just because you need to have a proper understanding of how the system is calculated. It's not super complex, but somebody has to know what the heck they're doing to be able to determine what's going on with your F1 box. A lot of times you can have issues with your power unit, which is going to be the portion between the transmission where your solenoid packs are. You can have a bleed down, and what will happen is when you shift gears, there's not enough pressure, and it will not allow the gears to be selected properly, so it can throw them into neutral. So the gear grade will just tell us what position the F1 actuator is in and what we need to do, and if there's a transmission mechanical issue as well. So that's pretty much how that works. Again, this is kind of going to apply to just about every Ferrari. The biggest difference between a 599, because it's a ENZO style transmission, it's the super fast, it's going to be slightly different than your 430, your 360. It's a different setup. It's opposite. The gearing is actually flipped. You know, the F1 actuator is upside down on those vehicles, so the grid reads differently. They use a lot of expensive components like on the Ferrari ENZO, but the concept is the same. The problem with the F1 actuators is over time the seals inside, they just deteriorate, and they can cause pressure problems, pressure loss. And what a lot of people do, they actually will put a high pressure F1, or if you have a Lamborghini E-Gear pump, and that actually creates an issue, because what you're doing is you're band-aiding the issue where you got pressure loss. You put in a stronger pump, that doesn't fix the problem, that puts a band-aid on the system. So eventually you're going to have a blowout, and there's going to be even more problems. There's also an issue you can have with the accumulator. I could just go on and on. That's why it's important to bring it into someone that understands these cars, can diagnose them, and sometimes it takes time. On this vehicle, it's all intermittent, so I'm getting ready to go on the test drive, see where it shifts. Typically it shifts fine. Once it warms up, it shifts funky, so it's random. So this one is a lot harder to diagnose than some of the other ones we had, because it's random. It's intermittently happening. Sensor can be an issue. There's a lot of things that needs to be checked and diagnosed on these vehicles, and you don't want to throw parts at them, because F1 actuator for this vehicle retails for $2,900, a whole unit with the power unit. $29,000, I'm sorry. It's a lot of money, so you don't want to be throwing that, and if it's not the issue, if it's like a wiring problem. Another problem we did have with this car was we had NCR problem. So the main computer for the transmission, it is right there, it actually had an issue. The problem was it wasn't pressurizing the system properly and not running the pressurization cycle and at certain commands when the door was open. So that could be what led to the failure of our actuator, the gear actuator, because it wasn't being pressurized properly. But it could be a separate issue. So once we fixed that, the car started running a lot better. It shifted fine. It didn't have that pressure loss, but we still have one of the issues with the fourth and third gear. Those gears are actually between neutral, so something to look out for. But yeah, if you have a Ferrari, my name is Nick, Top Automotive. We work on these vehicles. We mostly specialize in all your high-end vehicles, Porsche, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and I would be more than happy to try to diagnose it and help you guys if this is something you need done. But I'd need the car locally. I'd need the car here. Cannot do anything over the phone, just because that's just impossible. I have to hook it up to our computers and run data, and I do multiple computers, that way I don't have any conflict in data. So hope that helps you guys, and enjoy your Ferrari. We'll update you with maybe another video once I'm done with this repair. Thank you for watching.